Hello guys, what is up and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, my name is Ibidunni Osho and I make lifestyle and YouTube birth videos. So are you guys ready to talk about vlogging? Because I really am. And if you've been following me for a while, you know that a little less than a year ago, I dropped a video where I talked about how to make more interesting vlogs. Now, while I was preparing for this video, I went back to that video and I realized that I actually dropped gems in that video, really useful gems in that video. And today we're going to be talking about, some really interesting things. So this is sort of like an advanced version of that video, a more updated version. So if you guys would like to learn how to film better vlogs, especially how to enhance your videos with your camera angles, please do keep on watching. Guys, so since we're talking about especially how to enhance your vlogs using camera angles, I'm going to list for you guys the top 11 types of shots that I actually think would be very useful, especially for vlogging. So the very first type is the wide shot. Next up is the tight shot. We also have the medium shot, then the long shot, the extreme tight shot, the Dutch angle shot, the high shot, the low shot, the cutaway shot, the point of view shot, the over the shoulder shot. These are types of shots that filmmakers use all around the world, creators use all around the world, and I think that you guys will completely find very useful if you decide to learn more about these types of shots and especially how to infuse them in your videos. Now let's go really into the nitty-gritty of this. So the very first thing you need to know is that vlogs are more about the story. Vlogs are more about the journey. Vlogs are more about the sequence that you take people through, how you show them emotions, how you show them weakness, how you start something, give them the high points, and then of course end the story or whatever it is exactly that you're trying to help people maybe learn or explore or experience in that vlog. For example, in my most recent vlog, right, I made a mistake with my curtains, right? I just moved into my apartment and I'm trying to set it up. So in that video, actually it was an old vlog, and in that vlog I said, I was going to the market, I was going to make my curtains, and then I came back and I had made a mistake. It's not working, guys. I'm going to have to take you back and ask the girl to help me put lining. And she offered to put lining, I said no. Now I think I'm even going to put double lining. It looks good. Like, up there looks good. Right, but down here is literally like I don't have blinds. Yeah, so it's supposed to be more like that and not what I had before. So I think I like what I have here. I'm just going to ask her to do another curtain, but instead of like this material, it's going to be a plain white material. So either most likely lining. Just like it will most likely be lightning, it will just be, I said lightning, lining, but you just have to double the lining. Ideally, I could actually say let me just cut it, but because I wanted to take you guys through the journey of how I set up my room, I decided, let me put it there. And in some way, me adding that tip on how, I made a mistake with, my curtain sizing and what I was supposed to do, it sort of became a very useful vlog and also a very useful tip, for other people that now saw that video and decided, okay, you know what, I'm not going to make the mistake, that Ibidunni made with her curtain. So as much as vlogs are about telling a story, story, something that really aids you telling the story or your storytelling in that particular vlog is the angles that you use for your camera. For example, the types of angles that you use will kind of give an audience a silent meaning of what you're trying to say. So the next thing you need to know is choosing your lens. For example, I'm currently filming with my Canon M50, but I'm actually not filming with the kit lens. I'm filming with a 30mm lens, which is sort of giving me like the blow background. But for example, if I wanted like more depth of field, especially when I'm vlogging, I would probably use a 16mm lens, which I know is wider and would also give me sort of like a blur background, so you guys would have to, you know, focus on me. But for those of you that even film with your phones, if you know that, okay, you want a wider background, you want a wider view, all you have to do is just invest in a selfie tripod or a selfie monopod, something that you can extend so that, you know, it gives you a wider range of view, and it sort of makes it look like, oh, you're filming with a camera, or even just makes everything, you know, look bigger and sort of puts you right in the middle and puts you sort of in a perspective view for the people that are watching that particular vlog. So the next thing to keep in mind is your composition, and this is basically how the elements being recorded show up as coordinated or not coordinated. This is my composition right now. You can see that I have an object here, you can see that I have an empty space here. This is the composition of what I'm filming with. So there are three major types of composition that I feel like you should pay close attention to, especially when you're vlogging. And now this is the thing, right? I don't want to make it look very complicated to you guys, but I feel like when you practice consciously for a few times, I'm sure that you will get a hang of it, that every time you're setting up to probably vlog, you know, these things will come to you sort of by default. And I promise that if you probably look at some of your older vlogs, you will actually realize that you actually did do some of these angles, or your composition, you know, was sort of like this, but you didn't even know because your eye naturally thought, and of course your brain registered that, oh, this is better to the eyes. So the very first type of composition is leading lines. Right now, I'm not making use of leading lines, but ideally leading lines is something like what I'm showing you guys right now, where I'm filming in a place that sort of points directions at me. You will see that the edge of this chair, and of course the edge of the concrete where the window is sort of pointing towards my back, so it sort of draws attention to me. I'm the subject. I'm right there in the middle of this set, in the middle of this composition. So the next type of composition to keep in mind is the negative space composition. That is basically what I have, a bit of what I have going on right now. If you see right here, I have like an object in my background, and then here I have negative space. So this sort of also places me, like I'm smack in the middle of this framing, so this also places me right in the front of your eyes, and I'm drawing all the attention possible. Of course, I'm sure you guys can see what's behind me, but because it's also blurry, right, you cannot pay too close of an attention to it. And you can obviously see I try to do this as much as possible in my vlogs, so I choose what I allow in the framing, so that way I'm not right here and there's so many other things in my background, you know, distracting you guys from actually paying close attention to me, the subject. So the last type of composition is the rule of thirds, which is basically the grid lines that you guys can see right now. So this is usually characterized by either staying in the middle, it's a type of composition, staying to the extreme left, or staying to the extreme right. So that way you guys can obviously pay close attention to me. Like by default, whatever your eye sees first is what you will, you know, pay close attention to. So ideally, if I was staying smack in front of you, you would pay close attention to me. If I was staying on this side and there was nothing else on this side, or everything else on this side was too blurry for you to pay close attention to, I am definitely the next subject you will pay attention to. So the next tip is knowing when to use movement. So I know that a lot of times, because we're all most of us are self shooters, we don't use a lot of movement in our vlogs. For example, it's just me, myself, and I'm vlogging my life every day, going to work, going to get coffee, making food in the house, cleaning up the house. A lot of times I don't use, you know, movement or motion. But when you need to make, you know, shots, like maybe for example, I just finished making breakfast, right, and breakfast looks really good. You guys have seen, I've taken you guys through the process of how I made the breakfast. Of course, the next thing I want to do is sort of impute movement in that shot. So I would film my food, roll into the food, roll back out, try to kind of like just spice up my videos without everything to being static and in one place. Now here's the thing, there's no rule with using movements, but the thing is you also need to know how to use movements properly. So for example, you need to know when to go in, you need to know when to go back out. You need to know how to use the different types of shots that we've talked about, even when you're using movement in your vlog. That way you're not doing too much or you're not doing less than expected. All right, so the last tip I have for you guys is aim for richness. In getting your camera angles, in setting up your camera in the very first place to vlog, something that I feel like everybody needs to keep in mind is how to get the richness out of what it is you're filming. Filming just yourself, talking about something, the richness in that video or in what is being recorded is what is in your background. How do you enhance your colors to suit your face? How do you enhance even the framing to suit your face? How do you make sure that this framing that you're doing, the angle that you're doing, is making the story or whatever it is you're talking about, especially in that part of the vlog, rich enough? For example, if I was talking about, oh, it's raining, it would just be boring if I just said, oh, it's raining outside. But it would really make a lot of sense if before I even said it's raining, I use like a few raining shots, and then maybe a few minutes later or a few seconds later, I now decide to infuse, when it's actually raining, or, oh, I love watching the sunset. The richness in that particular part of the vlog is me being able to actually catch the sunset and record how beautiful it is, when the sun is setting. It's like, how rich do you want your videos to be? And I feel like even before I end this video, it's very important that that yes, vlogging is is fast becoming a huge niche, but a lot of people are doing vlogging right now, and it's like, what can you do to make your vlogs different? It's either you improve your personality, but something else you can also do even after putting your personality is making your vlogs rich, making the angles badass, making your just making everything slap, making everything slap so hard that it will be very hard for anybody that stumbles on your video to step away. Now, I'm not going to act like I'm a professional at this already. I'm still making some mistakes, I'm still getting my best angles, I'm still learning the ropes on this, but it's like, why don't I share what I already know with you guys? And I feel like that's the best way to make things run. As much as I'm learning, I'm feeding you guys are also trying it out, you're also giving me feedback. That is very, very, very important to me. Very, very important to me. Let me say that again. So that is all for this video. That is going to be it. But if you did find this video very useful, please make sure to give it the thumbs up button, and of course make sure to subscribe to my channel. When you subscribe, do not forget to also smash that notification bell so that you can know when I drop my next video. But before you go, I'm going to be leaving a comment below where I will give you guys an opportunity to give me video ideas, types of videos that you guys want to see on this channel related to, of course, creating content, and I will make sure to do that for you guys. Until next time, I'm Ibidunni. As always, remember to be good and be kind. Bye, guys. I was running through the streets with my wall. All right, negative space, negative space, negative space, negative space. All right. So the next type of composition to keep in mind, my energy has gone down. Retake. Energy has gone down. All right, let's go. So the next type of composition what's my hand doing? So the next type of composition to keep in mind is, I'm so sorry, why am I laughing? Why am I laughing? Why am I laughing? Why am I laughing? Calm down. Okay. Why are you guys laughing? I need to redo this and I need to put my together. Okay. Let's retake.